All right, welcome back. So today I'm gonna give you guys one filter on a technique that I think is really cool. This is not anything really new when it comes to law of assumption, but it's a technique that I really use a lot, especially when I'm really feeling low. If all hell breaks loose and I really need one technique that can really, like, maybe not waver less, but definitely put me in this state very quickly, is this technique. This technique has been phenomenal for me, and that is the explaining technique. It's very simple. It's in the title, really. You just imagine people explaining you. Like, do you imagine them explaining the new you or the old you? Do you imagine them explaining you as the person who has everything and has the person and has the money, or you imagine them explaining you as the old you, as the person who doesn't have anything, who doesn't have the money, who is still single? So today is going to be the explainer technique. Maybe I should call it that. I don't think I created this technique. I'm sure I'm not, because I heard people talk about it before, but I don't think they gave it a name to it. I'm not sure if there's a trademark that I have to legally abide by. Maybe there is. Might get a lawsuit at the end of today's video. We'll see. But yeah, today we're going to talk about the explaining technique, and a technique that has really helped me out a lot. It's one that I definitely use when I'm a bit low, or at least when I used to be, because now I kind of know how the law works, but back in the day when I really used to be more stressed out and panicky about the law. So today we're going to talk about the explainer technique. But yeah, before this video starts, make sure to like and subscribe. Just make sure to check that you were liked this video and subscribe to the channel. If you do want to have 1 month coaching with me, you can check out the bottom of the description. There's a link at the bottom of the description at skool.com. So you can stay there for a full month. You can have a full 1 month coaching with me where I can reply to you all the time, and I can, not literally all the time, but like throughout the month, a lot of time, and I can really understand your circumstances. So check out the bottom link in the description at skool.com if you do want to have 1 month coaching with me. Awesome. All right, let's get into the video. So what is the explaining technique? Well, again, I kind of already said it. You basically just imagine people explaining you. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the 3D. Like, it doesn't have to be as instant. Like, you don't have to imagine someone explaining you right now. But you can just imagine someone explaining you tomorrow, or the next week, or in 2 weeks from now, like something like that. Or it doesn't have to be a date. Sometimes dates actually put more pressure on you guys. So just don't even do a date. Just fantasize in your head and repeat the situation in your head, and repeat the visualization in your head of someone explaining you. So let's say you are trying to manifest an SP, because everyone's trying to do that. Let's say you're trying to manifest an SP. Maybe imagine a visualization where you're sitting outside of Starbucks with two of your friends, and you're talking to each other, and someone asks you, are you still single? And instead of you replying, imagine someone else replying immediately. Be like, oh yeah, they have it now. And they're excited about it. So that kind of takes the pressure off you, for you not to be excited, because that kind of puts you in more of a normalized position and a natural position. But someone else explaining you to someone else. Or you can be a fly on the wall. You can take the same situation, the same visualization of as Starbucks, but you're waiting in line and your two friends are sitting at the table, and you can just kind of make out what they're saying. And one of your friends asks the other friend, hey, is this person still single? Like you, obviously you. And your other friend be like, no, they finally got him. They finally got her. They finally did it. it's perfect now. They finally got it. And just imagine them explaining you. If you're trying to grow a business on TikTok, I don't know, if you're someone who wants to grow a business on TikTok, you can imagine people stitching your video, whether it's negatively or positively, and they say, this TikToker right here, assuming it's negative, because most of TikTok is pretty negative. You can say, this TikToker right here, they have this many followers, and you just need to put in the amount of followers that you do want, you're trying to manifest, and they make a lot of money from this business, and they have a successful business here. That can be positive or negative. It can be someone jealous of you, or it can be someone trying to expose your business or something, or someone trying to say you copy them, be like, they're making this much money off of copying me or something. Like, it can be positive. It really doesn't matter. As long as the people explaining you are doing it from the perspective that you already have it. It really doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. It can literally be negative. If you're someone who is manifesting a SP and the SP as a third party, you can imagine them being kind of hateful against you. You can imagine them talking to a friend and be like, I can't believe he or she is with you. Again, the person you like trying to manifest. I can't believe they're with you when they should be. You can imagine them being a bit jealous. You can imagine them talking to someone else and being jealous of you that you got. Like, it can be negative. And some people actually like thrive off like being negative. So maybe this might work for some of you, because some of you guys are, I talk to a lot of you, some of you guys are straight sociopaths, like fully materialistic, secular sociopaths. But yeah, you can imagine things. Just imagine people explaining you. That's really it. Imagine your dad explaining you or your parents explaining you. Imagine I don't know, let's say you want to manifest, I don't know, like $50,000 a month or something. Like your business blew up to $50,000 a month. If your parents are going to be proud of you or your friends are going to be proud of you, you can imagine your dad or your mom calling, I don't know, their sister or brother and bragging about you and be like, yeah, holy crap, they did it. Like, yeah, I'm finally proud of my boys. I'm finally proud of my daughter. They're finally making money. You can imagine stuff like that. You can imagine people explaining you like that. Like, they're finally proud of you. If you're trying to manifest, I don't know, better grades, you can imagine your teacher saying only one student in the class did something good and they're the only ones who passed and they're the only ones who really understand what they're doing and they can explain you. They can point to you and be like, yeah, you're the person. Maybe you're not even in the room. Because again, when it comes to explainer technique, one thing I'll say is that personally, I really do pretend not to be in the room. I imagine people explaining me while I'm not in the room. It is kind of aura farming, because that's kind of what aura is. Aura is like people talking about you while you're not there. That's kind of like the almost like definitional aura. It's kind of aura farming. So I personally like doing that. That's just easier for me not to be in the room and I just hear people talking about me, like a fly on the wall. Like I hear it. Maybe I hear something that I'm not supposed to hear. But the point is, you just need to imagine someone explaining you, explaining who you are, describing you, giving you a description to someone else, or whether that someone else is in the room or they're on the phone call. It really doesn't matter. It's just people talking about you. How would people talk about you? And just lock in. Like, don't even see this as a technique. Just lock into that. Just lock in how people describe you. And this might be more of a masterful technique. It might be the most perfect technique that you need, because this might be able to throw everything in together, where I do talk about things like the intruder technique and the interview technique, where I tell you guys all the time throughout the day, measure your self-concept. And the way you measure your self-concept is by imagining someone asking you the question, hey, do you have this? Do you have this? Or how much money do you make? This kind of takes that and kind of takes it into a technique, like really takes it into a method where you can dwell in it a little bit more and you can have more of a visualization. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's kind of combining worlds. It's kind of combining self-concept and a lot of things together. And it also kind of reduces resistance, because some of you guys are actually, I know I just said you guys, some of you guys are crazy, some of you guys are sociopaths, but some of you guys who I talk to, some of you guys are pretty humble. And some of you guys don't necessarily want to be the person who tells the world, I have this much money or I have the perfect SP, because you guys are humble. You guys don't want to be that braggadocious asshole. So sometimes if you don't want to do that, then just aura farm. Just imagine someone explaining you so you don't have to explain yourself. So it can kind of reduce the pressure off of you. It can reduce the resistance. It can kind of put you in this more humble category where it's like, oh no, it's other people talking about me, and I just happen to be aura farming. So this is a really good like Agamemnon aura farming. That's 2 videos in a row where I talked about the Odyssey. Great movie, by the way. But yeah, this is you can do aura farming like Agamemnon here, where people are describing you. Full aura farming. And it can reduce resistance. It can also reduce like if you're someone who is humble and you don't really want to be the person who talks kind of in a braggadocious way. So I think this is a really good technique. It helps me a lot. It does help me a lot. At least it did when I needed the help, but now I don't really need the help. Now I can just I know what I'm doing now, but back in the day, years ago, this would help me a lot. Because of all the reasons I just mentioned, where there's a little bit of there's a bit of a distance because it's not me saying it, someone else is saying it about me. So there's a little bit of a distance there, and it can kind of help me. The distance kind of reduce resistance. So it helped me in that way. It can also help your self-concept because again, other people are explaining you and your self-concept is just how you look at yourself, but it really is how everyone looks at you. Your self-concept is like you and everyone. How do they look at you? And if other people are looking at you in this way, then your self-concept is going to get higher. And who knows, maybe you can try this out. If you have a manifestation buddy, like two buddies, you can talk to each other. You can imagine them talking about you, saying you're like the manifestation king or queen. You know, you're the chosen one. You're the prince who was promised. Like you're the person who can really manifest. So this can actually like try that as well. Even if you don't have a manifestation buddy, just imagine people talking about you being like, damn, this person like is magical. This person like any moment now is gonna like pull a rabbit out of a hat, and that rabbit's gonna like turn into a goddamn dragon. Like who knows what this person's gonna do? Like Houdini, get out of here. So anyways, hopefully this video helped you. It helped me. That's all I know. It helped me. So maybe this helped you. Maybe this doesn't, but it helped me. That's all I know. But yeah. Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe. Again, I'll see you guys probably on Monday now. I don't have a video scheduled until Monday or Tuesday, I think. I don't know because we're going on holiday. But either way, probably see you guys next week. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you do want to have coaching with me, you can check out the bottom link in the description down below at skool.com, SKOOL. At skool.com, you can have a full 1 month coaching with me where I am there with you through your manifestation journey or whatever. So check that out if you want to have coaching with me. But yeah, anyways, that's for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, bye.